Hello, it's David Allen and you are watching Sporting Icons.
Alright everyone, hope you're all doing fantastic. So, Joyce is just not letting up. Okay, he's going at Big Baby Miller constantly now. He's even put his Miller's head on top of a chicken and all these kind of things. And he's saying, listen, we have a date and we have a venue in November. You've got a contract, just put your autograph on it, come see me. Now, again, according to Joyce, Miller, he wants a tune-up fight. Now, as we know, Miller, his fight fell apart with Anthony Joshua, as we know about. We're going to go into all that again. And his license is due to be renewed very, very soon. As we know, Miller, he has been enrolled in VADA for a little while now. So he's been consistently showing that he's a clean fighter. So we can kind of put all that to one side for now, if at all possible. But he's saying that he wants a tune-up fight. Now, just to counteract his tune-up, I understand from one point of view, certainly. But at the same time, before the Anthony Joshua fight fell apart, could you find a heavyweight fighter that was more active than Jarrell Miller? There weren't many, was there? Okay, he seemed to be fighting every month for quite a while. He did, okay? So does he really need a tune-up? Again, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, maybe he let himself go. Obviously, he went through some psychological problems and that as well, not only because of the failed PD test and the fact that he lost out on all that money, was around about $10 million or whatever, and the fact he lost his best friend within that period too, who died, which I forget the reason why. So, of course, he's had quite a bit, so maybe he hasn't really been in the gym too much, which is why he's saying a tune-up. And if that's the case, because he's not in the best kind of condition and he feels he's going to be ring rust, yes, of course, you know, why not? I can't necessarily blame him for it. But Miller, he has been saying how Joyce, he can't lace up his boots and he's too slow and he would beat the dog crap out of Joyce, all this kind of thing. So if all that's true, and if he really believes that Joyce is that much easy work, then use Joyce as your warm-up, right? Either way, there's a date for November, and apparently Frank Warren has sent out a contract. How much this fight is worth to Miller, I have no idea. But again, as we know, with Miller, historically, he hasn't wanted to travel, to fight at least anyway. He's turned down plenty of opportunities to travel on the road for big fights, and he's always turned them down. He always wants to stay in America, most notably New York. So maybe that's going to be a bit of a problem going forward. Would Frank Warren and Joyce want to go to New York? I imagine Joyce would probably have no problem with that, but obviously Frank Warren, he probably ain't going to do that, is he? Unless, of course, he can speak to maybe Bob Arum and get it on a ESPN. As we know, BT Sport and ESPN, they have a pretty good relationship at the moment. So maybe that could happen. But I would imagine Joyce and Frank Warren will be looking to bring the fight to the UK, which is probably going to be the biggest stumbling block, in my opinion. Either way, listen, you guys let me know. Do you think that Miller is right to want a warm-up? Obviously, a lot of people say, well, he shouldn't be fighting at all. He should be banned for life. As I said before, everyone has their own opinions. That's fine. But do you think that he needs a warm-up? Or do you think that he should go straight into Joyce? Do you think that maybe he could beat Joyce? Because Joyce is not the fastest heavyweight in the world. He is there to be hit. And Miller, while he isn't the biggest puncher in the heavyweight division, he hits hard enough to put you down. And, of course, he throws punches in bunches, much like Andy Ruiz Jr. and Adam Kownacki do. So, anyway, you drop your thoughts below about it. Do you think that this time Joyce is actually serious, that he isn't just calling out the big names? With this one, he's literally saying, let's get it on. No reason in the world why we can't get this fight on. Get it done. Either way, do you guys want to see the fight? Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.